Hi guys, Gaming Bear here. Right, we're back for the next exciting episode of Heart of Iron's Japan. Let me just reorganise my microphone. So, June 1939, we are slamming into the Chinese and preparing, well, a lot of little pushes, pushing up to capture the airfields here. Since the last episode, I've reorganised the front line, and basically I've got two huge units. Instead of having two field marshals, I've got the whole front line with one field marshal who's got 84 units. The second is our secondary general. He's our best general, and he's got a couple of different assault forces here in this section to push through into the centre. Also here to swing in around this side of the of these bases. Then another force pushing in to meet up with this first force to create a pocket in this zone, and that's it. I want a couple of troops around here as well, holding this pocket in to it's about time to go in, I would say. Which is the weakest? Let's just go in on all of them and sort that out. So we'll let that carry itself out. I've been setting up construction in the background, more factories, starting to go into naval dockyards, producing more oil, then lots of infrastructure, and then ports in the Marcus Islands, and then going for airfields down in the islands as well to set us up. So that's what I'm doing, and then more. Sorry, oh dear, more oil in the background. Sorry, frog in my throat. And so getting ready to push in. Let's have a look. Oh yes, we're getting a large amount of experience. I was going to show you the updating of planes. Come on. There we go. So we can update some plane designs. So let's have a look through. The BN is on 80%. So carrier naval bomber. Let's sort that out. Carrier naval bomber, always up the reliability. So boom, I'm going to do that as an option. So we'll work our way through, see what we can afford for the base level. 104 close air support. Okay, standard CAS. Working our way down. Tactical bombers. In fact, these fighters, yeah, long-range fighters. Still got 130 experience, which is nice. The standard fighters, brilliant. The Key 27s. So work our way up. Key 27s. Get that sorted. Oh, next. And down to let's have a look at these carrier fighters. That's done 104. So let's start putting some of these in. So naval bombers. Upgrading. CAS Mark 1, have I upgraded those? Yep. That's already done. A5M fighter. That's done. Close air support. Tactical bombers. I don't think I did. Just want to double check. Nope, let's update that. We don't have the points. I can put it up to 88%. So we'll do that for now. So that's the thing. Just improve the reliability. 88%. Naval bombers. Let's have a look. 80. I don't think we did that. These fighters. Key 27s. Mark 1. Boom, get those in. And then these long-range fighters. Mark II variant, that's looking good. And let's bump that down below these fighters, so I want to get more fighters in. I know the naval bombers will be useful. In fact, let's drop the TAC bombers right to the bottom to give us more fighters, more naval bombers. And we're short of a bit of steel, so we have steel that we can take up in this region. There will be more, but we need to do a bit of trading at the moment. So steel, Manchukuo, thank you very much. That'll solve that problem for one single production. That's looking good, so that's going in. They're just in a little bit of trouble. And then as soon as that's done, these guys will be doing their thing. Oh, great encryption as well. Fantastic. Let's flip that. In fact, we need radar. Let's get radar at the way. Pause. I need those guys in. Capture that zone. Those, let's get them into there, sorting, capturing that, doing a little bit of a an area around there. That's all being closed up. And you, let's send you straight across into there. And with you coming in back up, he's short of supply, but we'll sort that out. Great, we've got the anti-tank, so we'll start a new line of anti-tank, and then we go for improved anti-tank next, so that when we do incorporate them, they're actually pretty good. So let's set that up in the background. Standard equipment. Oh, yes, we need to improve the artillery. I was going to say about this. As we're not producing replacement levels of artillery of the old stuff, we're just about parity. I don't want to change out all of this outdated. That was something I was going to say. So I'm going to do a whole new line for the new artillery and a new line for the anti-tank guns. So these guys are going to go for 2 units of each. 2 lines of each in the background. These light tanks we will need more of, and this is the updated Hargo. Which is building up now. We've got some more units, so let's allocate him straight down and into this main force to assist with the push right the way through. So keep it rocking and rolling. You can see where we're just beating them hands down with a number of different things, because we've got serious air support, long range air support. I'll show you the air support at the moment. And I actually want the battle to go on a little bit longer, because it gives us more. We've basically got the resources that we want, but there's another reason. The more you fight, I'm building up the air power and the naval power to improve my ships and planes, to give us the advantage when we go in and attack anyone else. Whereas they haven't been fighting, they haven't gained the experience, so it'll give us the edge, and our troops are better, more veteran, able to go slamming straight through them and taking anyone we decide to go for. So that's the reason. So we've got storms, but our troops are still going in. 200 fighters, close support, and long-range bombers. So fantastic. Up in this zone, let's have a look at the figures. 200 fighters. You can see I'm pigeonholed around about 200 fighters. 140 close support, 35 long-range bombers against 140, fighters, 98% control, and we're getting the A5Ms Mark 1s in already. So we have serious, very positive situations up here. We need more fighters, 60%. We've got we've got the A5M, large number of A5Ms. We've got 60. So basically, we've got about almost a third to 2/3 of fighters, but we have 60% air control. So I'm going to have to get some more fighters in this zone. Let's sort that out. So this is the thing. Check periodically to see where you are. So let's get those guys in, get them into assist to help give us even more air support. And then we can look at the overall figures. So it was 60.3%, 60.4%. They want a closer situation. They've joined the Axis. I want to start our own situation, 60.4. So we'll get. I want to get. This will improve. In fact, I'm going to split off. We've got those long-range fighters now. Let's put that down to 40. And let's go for an additional 20 units. These guys, let's grab those two. Merge the two units and add an additional 25, so up to 85. Boom, and that'll shift those planes from the other region, and then we can watch how this. There we go, 65%. We're taking out more of their planes. 69. As we're wiping 115 planes against 148, we're up to 69%. And so we're going to be taking out their planes. So you can see what's happening in the background. That's it. We're wiping out their planes. We've got control of the other two zones. And we just shift in even more units. Great, we've got the maintenance side, so we can move, then use, that's something I've been waiting for, the upgraded situation. Now let's go for the recon. That will definitely help, but logistics I think is more useful at the moment. So let's look at the units. Oh, we need more troops. And let's allocate those guys into that force there. That's good. So we'll have a look at the logistics of what we're doing at the moment. These guys, then we go for maintenance company. 26 width. Now, additional light tank unit, and I'm going to start reducing the actual these units in the background, which is going to free up units, putting them down to 20 width. More tanks, slightly less defense, breakthroughs increased, so that will shift things around, just reorganize the units. And let's go for, let's change the symbol. Come on, let's go for the Iron Fist. Boom. So that's a nice change for those guys. And then we have this old unit, 14 combat width. Oh, feel sorry for them. And I want to start integrating now. So we are going to need maintenance. As one of these is going to be a heavy unit. This will turn into our medium tank unit. So that's something to look. The other unit I want to be fast moving light tanks. This will turn into our medium unit and point defense unit. So we need to have it harder. We need to put in anti-tank support. At the moment it's not the fastest. So let's go for signal company and the moment field hospital, not so useful. it will become more prevalent. And 14 units now. Some of those mobile battalions, let's go back, mobile battalions, motorised infantry. Let's put in 2 motorised infantry, 3 motorised infantry, put it up to a combat width of 20. So we'll save that, boom. So you can see the subtle changes we're putting in for those units. And now let's have 7 points, that's looking good. Now naval experience, these little things you want to be doing in the background, which just improves your overall situation. So we'll get back to the construction and looking at the units in a moment and how the logistics are going. Now these light Megamis, let's see. Oh, those are just light Megamis, so we want the light Megamis Mark 1. Yeah, definitely. And let's improve. So improve the engine. That's nice. Reliability. Let's improve that. Maximum range. The range isn't so much. It's the speed. The speed is useful. We need to be able to catch up with things. So these light units are 31. If we can get up to, okay, so 32.4 knots, these guys will then be able to chase down the American and British carriers. That's the point of these units. Good evasion, range isn't so important, anti-air is less important. These are Hunter. Hunter 1. Boom. So we'll save that. Put that in. So then we go Lamagami Hunter 1. These destroyers we will upgrade later. There we go. And then just get that. One single unit, then all the rest moves into these new units at the background. These are building up. We'll get those into Kentai. Boom. Straight into Kentai, so we can then allocate them from there. Those convoys are coming on nicely. We're still a few hundred, so that's useful. And we will need improved... let's have a look at our carriers. Mark II, let's have a look. Deck space 55, which is very nice. And speed 28. See, this is the sort of thing. So we need carriers, we need faster moving carriers. So the next lot of experience we get, I want to be upgrading the carriers in the background. So you can see where we're going. So we've had issues with the carriers not arriving until later in battles. So that's not the best situation. Okay, now the construction, that's that out of the way. We're looking at the logistics. So we have these weapons in place, 19,000 additional weapons at the moment. So we can go for some new units. Let's check the tank numbers. Minus 100, that's minus 14, so they're about even. So we're building up a slight stockpile and we're improving these guys. So recruitment side, no mountain troops yet, so we're going to go for train 1 unit of those and another 1 unit of each of those. And get them straight in, ready to rock and roll. In fact, yeah, we just keep those bumping in, and at the moment I'll send them into... In fact, let's get them into this line up here. And then we can start pushing in. That's it. get them up there, and then we can start attacking in, get the new force coming in, take them from behind, as well as pushing in this direction. So that's looking good. Keep it rocking and rolling, speed that all up. Great, advanced torpedoes, the long lance and all of those sorts of things are very, very useful. Super heavy, give us more experience. Absolutely fantastic. Now I want to be looking at going against big strike against America. Well, they will be going for us, so we need to be prepared. So the Navy side, oops. Actually, let's get these coastal forts in to defend against the Americans. That's it. Keep that rocking and rolling. That's it. We've taken that section. You move into there. Forcing the salient out. How's this battle going? Great. That's almost completely sealed in. That's it. You take them. You in. Boom, boom, and boom. You can see by the yellow indicators they're short of equipment. France has banned communism. This force is moving in, so let's move them in to capture that, the airfield there. Oh, they can do their own thing. That's fine. That'll still work. Him. Oh, come on. That's it. Through to there. Either to there. Oh, come on. Well, that's roughly where we wanted them anyway, so that's it. We're almost through. We take that zone, beat him to position, get him attacking into that unit, him moving up that way to take that. Oh, come on. Just you. There. Grand assault plan. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. 1939. More production. In fact, we need... Let's go for excavation. Some more resource efficiency. That will be very useful. So then we don't have to... Let's check the situation. So, and let's look at the construction. How is that going? Okay, well, let's... As we're only one short at the moment. Cool, that'll sort that out and give us one additional factory. So it's little things like this. Just keep it sorted. Let's have a look at the air power up in this region. 70.1%. They're 147. We've still got 115. So that's going the right way. And in fact, let's have a look at the air power this way. And I'm going to bump in as those guys are getting out of range. Ah, great. Let's move those guys into there. Move them up to there. These guys are getting out of range, but not only a little bit. And let's move those long-range fighters into that area. Okay, cool. Yeah, like you think you're going to retake that. So let's reorganize this front. Oops. Oh, come on. That's it. Shorten that front. Get him into there. Those additional tanks. Okay, so we can pin those down, see exactly where they are. You. Just you. Pushing through to there. That's looking good. And where's the other tank unit? There we go. Oh, we need him pushed through to there. You, just you, to there. You, on the other hand, they've gone too far. There, with one of you coming back into this section. I hadn't intended to, but I've inadvertently created a new pocket. These troops are so good, they've just done it, you know? And send those guys into there. Okay, and this unit up here, don't want you going there, we want you pushing into there with your assistance. Cool, couple of different options. Fabulous, let this rock and roll. Okay, we've just let these guys reorganize. And then we're sending them straight down to there. With full assistance. Yeah, he didn't last long. Let's get more units in. Straight in down here. Oh, okay. And we'll get him pushing in across there. I was getting a bit too big for my breaches, so gonna have to. I'm a little bit complacent. Let's get him round. Just you. Him around to assist. These guys, that's it. That's looking good. Let's close that pocket. And let's reduce the line here. That's it, we've broken through. Let's send him into the next section. That's good. New pockets here. New units moving up. That's looking really good. And we'll get him swinging around. So we're going to encircle the town. Let's pause. Let's slow this down. It's going too fast. We're pushing through to take the capital. all of you guys through to the capital. You guys in to capture that zone. Start sealing these units in. Get him attacking. Oh, come on. Well, that'll work. Oh, come on. Just you. Okay, let's do that again. Oh. Up to there to assist. That's going nice. They're moving in. More cavalry. So production-wise, so these lines are coming through neatly. Let's look at exactly what we've got. See what we need. That's it. Keep it rocking and rolling. So close air support. Yeah, we need a lot. Fighters, we need a lot. Attack bombers. These are coming on neatly. That's coming on nicely. Let's go for more of the upgraded fighters. Actually, close support. That'll significantly help in the battle. And for now, let's re-get that steel. That's cool. Okay, let's go and have a look at Eastern Germany. It's all about to kick off. They've refused, so I'm expecting this to go pear-shaped. And let's head back to our zone. So yeah, we've done all of this even before Germany has invaded Poland. So, whoa, we've 52 factories. Ouch. What have we just capped? That was a heck of an industrial zone. Right. Well, we can bump up a lot of production. So those improved. Guns, 2 units there. Naval bombers, yes. Light tanks, yes. Everything. Carrier close assault, yes. That's it. That's it. That's those sorted. We need more aluminium. But we are on our way through to capture everything. Let's get those guys into there. You in there. That's cool. Push him into there to actually take that zone. You in there to seal that pocket. Nanjing is gone. They've declared war on Poland. Fall of Nanjing for the Emperor. Let's go and have a look over at Germany. This is about to go. There we go. It started. The Blitzkrieg is underway. Oh yes. So let's head back to our own situation. This is going incredibly well. Let's have a look at the points. Air experience. Time to reorganize some of our planes. So just look at the planes. $104. Let's work through. Make sure everything. There we go. Naval bombers. Naval bombers. Naval bombers and tactical bombers. Oops. Come on. Okay, so naval bombers and tactical bombers. Boom. Naval bombers done. Naval bombers. Make sure we click on the Mark 1. Heavy fighters. They've already got it. Oops, wrong one. So, the one we want is actually these tactical bombers. Reliability, there we go, 104. And let's check out the range. We can do slightly additional range, but that'll reduce the reliability. So, boom, that's that out the way. So we'll change that for the Mark II. Close that. Oop, bring it back in, and come on. Upgrade that to the Mark II. Boom, that's sorted. That's it. Keep it rocking and rolling. So we've taken the capital, but this area, that's the new capital. They're trying to stop us, and it's not really going to work. Any new airfields? Yes. So let's move those planes up to here. Every time you move forward, find the new airfields, take them over, and just keep it rocking and rolling. Here, let's grab one of these units. Him. Let's get him into... Oops, oh no. Okay, well I'm going to need those two guys. Oh, come on. Oh my goodness. Well, that'll certainly put the cat amongst the pigeons. And Poland's joined the Allies. Okay. Oh dear. Right. Let's reorganize that again. So, we want... They're pushing through to there. Those guys into there. This unit, just you, pushing up to assist in this section. I don't want any of these guys to get overrun. So we'll see what happens with that. Otherwise that'll be our first unit by pure mistake. Oh great, he's in. Fabulous. Which it'll give him somewhere to move into. Brilliant. So we can hold that section. Good, good, good. That's looking good. And let's push him. Just you into there. Okay, we've taken what was the capital, and I'm going to power him through there to create a pocket in that section. These guys are powering their way through to create a new to take on the new headquarters and new unit. Yep. So always add new units to allow you to, as your front expands, to allow you to just hold the zone. Just you close that up. You there, close that up. Shorten the front line. You there. You into there. You three move up to there. You get in there first before they do. A little bit of micro, so yeah, just let those do their thing. You move into that section. These guys are moving along very, very neatly. And I want one of these cavalry units. Get you straight down to assist. Fast moving through the mountains, faster than their units will be able to. That's looking really good. So keep it ticking over. Netherlands has joined the Allies. Okay. Oh, so that may actually draw us straight into the war. Do we want... Crap-a-doodle. No. We're going to form our own faction. So, let's keep this rocking and rolling. Let's have a look at these units up here. Now, what's the 34%? Okay, go. Okay, actually, in that case, let's change the plan. From here, invade. Yep, so we're in the... great. So, we need to... We're up against the French. We need to move troops down here. I need to capture this port, and we need to capture the British zone immediately. Let's get you straight down to there. Okay, we need to reorganize this. Bear with me. So, setting up some plans. You and your little dog too. Oh, come on. I'm just going to pause this and hold on, and then set up some front lines. Okay, I've been reorganising things. Just going to start producing some new units. I've just upgraded the HOI IV, which I'm going to have as a forward unit in the islands. So the HOI IV, let's start training those. We're going to need about 30 units of these. So, well, let's just start getting those out immediately. And then give it an additional 6 for good luck afterwards. So we get those first ones out into to our home base. Allocated from there straight into this defensive island situation, which I've just set up. Now we've got the British front, so I've got units moving down ready to take the zones here. Once they've finished with this area, we can then move them in to capture Singapore, or else split some of those guys into pushing through the islands. I've got part of the force moving up to cover the Australian border, because they're going to be called into the war against us as well. So that's a bit of an issue. I'm going to have to reorganise the subs to prevent the attacking ships from Britain. So basically, we're going to have to start pulling everything down here to cover Malaya and this region. So that's a significant issue. I'm setting up a front here. Well, basically, I'm just going to slam forces in to capture the French zone here. Slam in, well, surround Hong Kong, then push in to capture it. Setting up a front line here along the French border. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. These island units, these guys are moving down. So I'm going for very good units, tough units at the front, with motorized equipment, all of this supply being there to hold the strong points at the front against any incursions like the Americans. So basically the chains through here, these are going to be protected, and also these home islands here and down to Palau, these sections here to this island as well, holding it against incursions from the Philippines or anything else. And then I'll go for less robust units, so we can have a number of those in the background. So let's go for, so I'm going to have to start producing those. Now let's have a look for a good unit. Let's have a look at that. They're not so robust, but they'll be able to dig in. Okay, I like the look of those. So we'll sort that out. So we'll get those guys in. Let's have a look. So let's train some of those guys. Go for a few units of these and get those underway. Allocated from here. And we'll get, so from, let's get one of those guys in to create a new unit, and let's go for, so we need a field marshal in charge of this section, and this will be Reserve Island, Reserve Island units, which are going to be less robust, and I'm going to get them covering the secondary zones. And so let's allocate, come on, all of those units directly into, oh yes, I need to set up a front line for these guys. So from here, garrison the area. Now what I class as the secondary zones is going to be these areas here, and I'm also going to get these guys acting as a lowering the resistance as well. So it's going to be all of these zones here, that zone eventually, this section here, through this Australian section. This will be a zone. Those islands are sorted out. British Malaya is going to be included. We'll include that area as well, so that's 20 units. This is a rear reserve unit area. These areas I've already got laid up, but we'll just leave those for now. So that's 22 units that we need just for that. So they're going to be incoming, guarding the port and anti-resistance. So that's going to be pretty vital. So that's that set up, and now we can allocate those troops to it. The same here with this unit. So they're going to come in and they'll be moving in, ready to go straight into those zones. So we'll let them train. Now at the same time, now we will need units that can go from the islands and attack in and take territory, capturing the British islands here, then move into the American islands, take the Australian territory, capture Australia, New Zealand, all of the islands as we're working our way through, plus getting ready to land over this side. So we're going to need a number of units. So for that, we're going to have to let's have a look at these units. That's looking good. And for them, tech support. Now, I don't know what they're going to be going against, and I would think, well, we need to maintain these guys at their peak level. So field hospitals, I think, would be very vital for these guys. Top-notch equipment. These are going to be the hammer going at the enemy. They've got quite a good combat width. Artillery, that put them up to 18, and then anti-tank, that'll be 19, but we don't quite have the points for that, so we'll remove that for now. So an additional unit of artillery, and that'll mean these guys are all ready to rock and roll. So boom, that'll upgrade our current units and move them towards an 18. Move them to an 18 template up towards a 20, because when we start hitting the British and the Russians, we're really going to have to be even closer than the combined 18, 20, 22 units that we had previously. So we will be looking at additional stronger units as we go through as well, to take advantage of the plus 10% width that the field marshals can give us. So that's something very useful. So those guys are going to be going into... Oh yes, we need to start producing those new units. So how many units, as they're all going to be going into the same section, let's allocate them straight in to here. And then we'll need to have one of these guys, let's move him. You will form the basis. Just you. That's it. Come on. Of our new unit. Therefore, so quite a strong unit. But let's put him in charge, because if he's fantastic at out of supply, they're going to be going in. May well be out of supply, so we'll have him in command. So Island Theatre, and we'll go for red, as they're going to be the offensive force going straight in. And let's change the symbol. So oh, come on. So change the symbol to that. Will do the deuce, the pinpoint going in straight in. So that will allocate those units straight in to there. Oh, we need to allocate where they're going to go, so I'll sort that out first. So starting out, I'm going to allocate these guys. So primarily we'll need to have them and the islands down here ready to go in against the British. Actually, that's secondary. Primarily we'll want them down here to go against the British here. So 39 units, maybe not so much. Just doing the ports at the moment. So we'll get them allocated here. That's where all of them are going to start off. So that's where, as soon as they're produced, they're going to go. He'll move here, boom, and then we can go across the strait, straight into the British and capture Singapore. So that's going to allocate all of those guys. Oh, come on. There we go. That's it. And that's actually a priority. Priority instruction. We need them to get the majority of the additional equipment. Now, we need these divisions out. Those guys are going into the French front lines to assist. So that's quite an important one. So we'll make sure they get top billing. Plus these units as well, actually. And we'll keep those ticking over, get those units out of the way. The reinforcements and upgrades will get that as a medium level to match with the rest of this. And that'll sort out what we need where. So that'll give us a bit of an offence against the Japanese. Now you can see the naval forces aren't so well organised at the moment. So these ships are just covering around the Chinese border. Now we need to get some of these guys out to start patrolling. So you can highlight the navy, and then you can select the ships that you want to include. Let's have a look at the numbers. They're in the East Indian Ocean. Let's grab those units. Where are they at the moment? Let's go and see. Okay, down here. Okay, they're already covering a really good zone already, but I want to reallocate them to these zones at the moment to hold any reinforcements coming in from Australia. So that's one of the initial things I want to do. So that's quite important. Let's put him in charge, because they're quite a good sub-unit, and we're going to have to start getting more subs in. So let's re-look at some of the units. Call up naval side. Let's have a look. These guys are all going to need to come in, so I don't want to be caught napping, so... Oh, come on. Oops. That's it. You. These battleships as well. In fact, let's just get everybody, all these units, in, and then we can sort out exactly what we want. Apart from the subs I'll sort out later. That's it. That's pulling those in. These light cruisers, those are in. Those destroyers, and work our way down. Them. Those destroyers. Make sure they're all allocated, and sending those guys, all of them, down to the Straits of Malacca, and have them operating. Now we need to have a good port to operate them from, so we'll operate them from here to start off, and search and destroy mission in the Straits. Those units were assisting down here, but I think it's more important, actually, let's keep them. I'm going to get them allocated out of Palau. And patrol. We need to capture anybody coming through from Australia, Timor Sea, and the Eastern Indian Ocean, and get them protecting our submarines. So we're going to need a nice. Let's get him in charge of that fleet. So it's a nifty fleet, and we'll go change this to the Timor fleet. Timor Oz Fleet 1. Boom. Okay. That will sort that out. Then we need to have some assistance here. So I need to start moving the submarines. So I'm going to reorganize these, ready for the next episode. You can see where we are. So this is one of the things. When something like this happens, you go against the British, the French, everybody. You've got to stop it and do some significant reorganization, unless you're in a multiplayer game when you just can't. But as I'm not in a multiplayer game, I can. So see you in the next episode, and I'll just organize the additional fleet. You've got an idea of what I'm doing. Pulling the majority of the fleets down around the British Malaya to be able to help us, because we're going to be assaulted by the French, the British, and the Chinese all at once. So I want to pull the forces together to give us the biggest impact, so we haven't got so many stragglers, so we can just slam into them and destroy them in one battle, rather than it being little battle here, little battle there, where you might win. If we have the advantage, we slam in, because with the forces going in the region up here, if we take Hong Kong, the fleets are going to be kicked out, so we're going to need fleets moving up to deal with them. The same as if they have fleets along the Borneo coast, we need to be able to deal with them. So that's something you've got to think of. So I'm out of here, and I will see you on the next episode. Thank you guys. See ya.